Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. But before we move forward, you know what time it is. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. There's already 20 of you here already. Please make sure you smash that like button before we move forward. Let's try and get to 30 likes. Let's try and get to 30 likes. As you can see, I've actually been consistent with my streams lately. I've been trying to keep you guys updated, keep you guys going on with things, and bringing you some shows throughout the day. And this is our time. Always around this time, 1:15. I look to try and bring some little shows for you guys. As usual, the lines will be open for you guys to come in and have your say. We're just going to go through some of today's topics, give our thoughts on it in terms of the regards to the Lukaku mentions. There's also talks around Tchouameni, how close we are to the Kounde deal as well. But before we move forward, make sure, like I said, we smash the like button. You subscribe if you're new to GNA TV. Like I said, we're on our road to 2K. And we're not far away from it. We're about 300 or so off of reaching where we want to be. So, yeah, we massively appreciate it here as well. And, yeah, let's go through some of your chats. Let's go through some of your chats before we start. So, big up to Zahib, who's in the house. Hope you're well. ZVO Genius is here as well. What's happening, everyone? More big news today? I hope so. And hopefully whilst we're live as well, it seems like every time GNA TV goes live, something gets broken and then I can bring it to you guys. So yeah, it's interesting. Koundé announcement expected within 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, we're going to touch on to that. Don't get me wrong. We will go through something on that as well. We're going to talk about Lukaku as well. Gallagher, yes, I heard about. Big up to Declared. Big up to Football Style as well. Big up to Olu AC, who's here as well. Joel, hello, mate. How are you? Tommy, how are you, brother? Always around. Fatah, where you been, my man? Where have you been? You've been hiding. You have been hiding. I haven't seen you for a while, man. I've not seen you for a while. Big up to Big Ron as well, who's in the house. Jordan, hope you're well, mate. Football Style. Joe, I want to ask you, how much confidence do you think Koundé is coming? He's coming. Koundé is coming to Chelsea. It's just a matter of an announcement. It is literally a matter of an announcement. I've been hearing good things off air, talking to people on social media. And yeah, it looks like it's all about more so the timing of when this announcement's going to happen more than anything else. There was talks about it maybe not being a Zuma. There was options of Zappacosta, Malang Sarr, Bakayoko. There was a couple of options that were thrown to Sevilla in regards to the Koundé deal. But you just got to sometimes look at it and think it makes sense that Zuma is a part of this deal because they're giving us a centre-back. They're going to want a centre-back. And to be in regards to value of centre-back, he's probably worth more than the other guys that we've got available to them anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I do think it is a Zuma thing. I have seen other journalists saying that there's other options in terms of players that they can pick from. But we'll have to see it. Welcome everyone to the stream. Big up to Undertaker CSC. Big up to him. And yeah, K Show as well. Hello, mate. How you doing? Jem, do you think what Stav said last night on the Blue, what do you think? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. A guy that understands the financial fair plays and the ways it works around. Yeah, we just have to see what happens with it, Undertaker, man. We're really going to have to see what happens with it. We're going to get to that. That was the first thing I was actually going to show you guys. Before we move forward, let's quickly look at this. Chelsea announced today. Where is it? I think it's this one, isn't it? I think it's this one. That this is officially our new away kit. Who likes that? Before we move forward, who actually likes this away kit? I want to know in the chat right now. Because that reminds me of the old Chelsea. We have worn it in the past where I think it was back in, I can't remember the year, but we wore this twice, if I'm right. We wore this twice. And I'm feeling that at the moment, especially across social media, a lot of people are not happy with this kit. I want to know your thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on this kit, people? I want to know if it's good. If it's good, let me know. If it's crap, I want to know why. Let me know. Let me know in the chat now, and then we'll move forward onto the news. But there is 45 of you here, which means that we should be getting at least 40 likes, guys. So please hit them likes. Hit them likes. The link will be in the chat soon. Let's go through what people are saying. Haaland vibes. I love this kit. Did you see the little tweet on the side of this kit as well? Haaland, Chelsea's made a jersey so that Haaland wouldn't be a stranger. How funny is that? But it's true, isn't it? Think about it. He wouldn't actually feel a stranger if we actually brought that kit out. Some people saying, "Oh, this is why we're getting him. Look, see, we're already bringing kits out that are, you know, the kit that he wore for Dortmund and things like that." So that's mad. It's nonsense, but it's funny. It's funny. I really like the kit better than the home kit, is what Football Style says. So see, he's one of the only Chelsea followers that I've heard so far that actually don't mind the kit. Fire kit is what Danko thinks. Undertake CFC says, yeah, it's sick. CFC Noble says the stripes ruin it. I get ya. I do get ya. I think that the stripes may... I don't how do I feel about it? I actually think it's okay. I know a lot of people saying, yuck. I would actually wear that. I'm not a big fan of the home kit. With all the, like, you know, the checkered and the zigzags and, like, what's all that about? Like, I don't know, man. Let's go through a couple more of these before we go into the talk that we have today. He's 50-50 on it. Is that what the goalkeeper wears? No, that is our away kit, Ultra. That is literally our away kit. I like it because it's more simple compared to the home top. And I agree, Declared. 100%. You're right there, mate. 100%. It's nice it didn't have the same massive three lines in the middle. Yeah, I agree with CFC 20 there. It's clean, is what Ad says. C1 London says it's good as well. So, okay, I had the feeling that a lot of people on social media were just gunning this kit. They were like, "No, it's disgusting. Why did we go back to yellow? Blah, blah, blah." I actually don't mind the yellow. I think the yellow don't look too bad, you know, but each to their own, as people say, you know, each to their own. I would wear it personally. I think it looks quite cool. And the fact that we linked to Haaland, we linked to Haaland as well, and the whole yellow thing. And a lot of people trying to put two and two together. Obviously, it's not the case, but it's funny. It's funny news. It's funny topic. Jem, I rate it. I think it's all right. I actually like it better than our home kit. I don't like our home kit that much. I don't like the zigzags and the checkered lines and that. I just, nah. Don't get me started on home kit, Jem. Hideous with these patterns, especially the checkered ones. Exactly that. Guys, let's move forward. Let's crack on. Before we move forward, 42 of you here, 40 likes, please. Let's do that. Let's get to that. If you're new to GNA TV, subscribe as well. I'm going to quickly just jump on a quick topic, something that came out quickly today, which is confirmed, and it's been across most of the journalistic topics. It's to do with Conor Gallagher. Obviously, it seems like Conor Gallagher has agreed a loan move to Crystal Palace pending a medical. So he's one of the first potentially going on their way to Palace. There was talks about maybe a Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Batshuayi. There's a number of individual players at Chelsea that could potentially be going out the door. But Conor Gallagher is confirmed to be leaving the football club already. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that, guys? What are your thoughts on the idea of Conor Gallagher leaving the club? I think personally, just on a quick one, I think it's a good thing. I think it's good for him. I don't think he's ready to play in the first team or even be a part of the first team as of yet. So good luck to Conor Gallagher on his way out to Crystal Palace. I do think he'll get game time, which is a good thing. And I think it's a good move by Chelsea and a good move for him because now he can go and play some football and build up some experience, right, guys? Because that's what it's about, building up that experience. Coach Critic, how you doing, my bro? Hope you're well. Trying to be committed, trying to keep you guys entertained is why I do it the most, really. And I love obviously spending an hour a day or two with you guys. Anyway, I agree he needs time. And yeah, there you go, people. Conor Gallagher to Crystal Palace, pending a medical, has been confirmed. First guy out the door of many that I believe will be the case. And there's 51 of us here right now, which means that we can get to 40 likes. So that's that. Let's move on to... What else have I got here? I didn't want that. Let's move on to quickly... Where's it gone? Oh, God, I've ruined it. I've literally deleted the thing that I wanted to show you guys. That is typical, isn't it? That is typical. We're going to go on to Lukaku. I want to talk Lukaku, and it's not more to do with what's been said. It's more to do with the meaning of what's been said, and what we should be taking from it, really. So let me just quickly find this, guys, because there's tons of people obviously figuring it out. Obviously, let's just do Simon Phillips. Actually, Simon Phillips, it's just easy because it's in Italian as well. You can't really actually read it. You have to sort of translate. So that's Conor Gallagher. That's Conor Gallagher. That's Conor Gallagher. Right, here we go. So this came out, right, which was a bit unusual, right, because 10 minutes before this, right, Simon Phillips basically said that Lukaku and Chelsea had basically approached Inter Milan and were willing to pay around 110 odd million for Romelu Lukaku, which you'll see here. Look, let's start from the beginning. Actually, where is he? There it is. No, 5 hours ago, right? It goes, Chelsea make a £110 million offer to Romelu Lukaku, and Inter are tempted to accept. Roman Abramovich's son has been in Milan working on the deal personally. So when you hear that, you think to yourself, all right, cool. That makes a little bit of sense. Now, this is the way we've got to look at it. This could be one or two ways, right? Either we have got to this is from this point. I'm not talking about what's just happened now. At this point, when we actually got this news, it was either Chelsea have given up on Haaland and they're struggling to get someone, so they've gone back to Lukaku, and this is why we're seeing this now. This is what it was, or Lukaku is someone that we've been talking to for a while, but again, we've just not been made aware of this news. And then obviously he then comes back and says, where is he? He then comes back and then says, here, so literally 2 hours after that comment, he goes from the Gazzetta as well, Gazzetta it, and not just Gazzetta it, they're 1.7 million followers, so they're a huge following, but Chelsea contacted Romelu Lukaku and he listened, but he said no thank you to a Chelsea return. So what happened then? Because if you look at the article before that, did Roman Abramovich's son or a member of the board go out there and speak to him, and then he gave us that answer? How true do I think that is? I think there is an element of truth to that, to a degree, because if you're Romelu Lukaku, think of it like this, right? All season, there's been talks around Haaland being Chelsea's main target, yeah? Haaland is the player that Chelsea want. No real, massive talks about Lukaku. There was before the Haaland news broke out, but then after that, it was in and out, in and out, in and out. Now, if you're Romelu Lukaku and you see that Chelsea are pretty much throwing all of their trust into Haaland over him, and then in the last minute, let's just say in the last minute, we may have had a little bit of a disagreement with Haaland, and our next person to get is Romelu. If you then go to him literally a week or two before the beginning of the season and ask him, Lukaku, we want you to, we were interested in you. I was wondering if we're going to give 110 million to Milan. Just want to know if you're up for returning to the Premier League. We know that you've got a point to prove, and we want to give you that opportunity. I fully understand why he would come back and say no, and if that is true, that is a slight rejection because at the end of the day, he's probably thinking to himself, well, no, I'm happy at Inter Milan. You guys didn't really tempt me prior to this or prior to actually wanting me. So why the hell am I going to bother going to you guys? Like, what's the point? Like, let's be serious. Like, there's no real other way around it. Like, that is what happened. Like, and if it's true, I don't blame him, is what I'm trying to get at. Let's go through some of your chats. I have a little title because Chelsea don't need Lukaku. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Big up to man like Mo's in the house as well. 110 is a lot. It's 110 million pounds or euros a lot for Romelu Lukaku. That would be my first question to you guys. Why would Inter Milan turn this money down? I'm going to explain to you why Inter Milan would turn this money down. Because people think money talks, yeah, but there's actually something in this in regards to the Lukaku thing and Inter Milan, which I'm going to explain to you in a second. But let's just go through some of this chat. Everyone subscribe. Everyone subscribe to his talks as well. Yeah, he's come on in the chat. But yeah, go and check him out. I don't know who he is. I've not heard of him, but big up to him as well. Spoke screen for Dortmund. His son's effed it up. Ads has just said his son has effed it up. Can you imagine that? Sorry, Dad. I went down there and yeah, he pretty much pied me. He said no, he's not interested. Sorry, mate. You know what I mean? But listen, guys, there's 65 of you here right now. 15 minutes in. Let's get to 50 likes. Help me get to the 50 like mark. Share on your socials. Yeah, share on your socials. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. It's great having you guys here as always. Sorry, the team who couldn't even win the Europa League. Ooh, I don't know what's going on over here. Some little chats going on. I'm trying to fly through them because there's so many comments here. Jem, we don't need Lukaku or Haaland. We are going to get Dusan Vlahovic. I have not heard Chelsea once even be linked to this guy. I mean, viewers, you tell me. I've not heard us be linked to Vlahovic once. I've not. You know, it might be a last minute thing if we don't get Lukaku, if we don't get Haaland, if we're really desperate and we need to bring someone in, because I think it looks like Tammy does want to go. We're going to need someone, right? You just don't want Lukaku anyways, is what David Kitt says. 80 to 120 million max is what Ads thinks Lukaku is worth. Is that euros or is that sterling? Pounds? What is that? What is that? Basically, what I've been saying, Lukaku doesn't want to be second choice. Yeah. That's the coach. That is literally it. He's probably sitting there thinking, like I said, you should try and get Haaland the whole season, made it very clear that I ain't your number one priority, and now I'm like second fiddle. I'm the guy on the side, the one that, you know, if you don't, it's like when you go and pull a bird, right? You go into a club and you see a group of mates, yeah, and you see a real fit 10 out of 10 bird, and you're like, I want her, yeah. And you go and chat to her, and you're chatting her up, and you're trying to, you know, pull her, and she kind of like teases you a little bit, entertains you, yeah. And it gets to the end of the night, and she's just like, nah, I'm not interested. So she just literally led you along. And then you think to yourself, how can I piss her off? And she's with a group of mates, and you see her mate, and you look at her and you think, yes, you're not as pretty as her, but I'm just going to pull it on you. I'm literally going to go and put it on you. That is literally what Chelsea have done. And then you go up to her and you're like, yeah, I'm interested. I want you. She would be like, no, you've been talking to my mate all night. Why are you even coming to me? Like, you made it clear you weren't interested in me. Why are you going to, like, go to her? Like, that, that's such stupid. But that is literally the best logical way I could explain this in terms of that. Is Haaland or bust fillers is what Coach Critic says. Josh CFC, big up to him. He says Lukaku isn't Chelsea and never has been. He snubbed the club 3 times now. Let's get him. Let's let him go. This team is all about Haaland. I agree. This Haaland thing, man's got to happen now, though. Do you know what I mean? It really does need to happen now. We don't call him Tammy no more. It's Tappy. Taddy. Taddy saying that Tammy is Tappy. I love it. I do love it, guys. I do love it. Bring someone who's got legs up front. All right, cool, Ultra. So who's got legs up front, barring other than Haaland? Haaland's got legs. Lukaku's got legs. Who else has got legs? Who else has got legs? Who else has got legs? United will not better defend. All right, that's United. Not interested in United. Dusan Vlahovic is our 4th choice, I heard, if we can't get Lukaku, Haaland and Kane. He's 21 and scored 23 goals in 39 games with 10th place Fiorentina. Okay, Tommy, that's cool. But you know yourself, the Premier League is a different animal, bro. You coming into the Premier League, you're gonna have to want, it's gonna take him time to adapt. It's gonna take him time to actually need to adapt to the game. Is he gonna hit the ground running? Is he a one-hit wonder? Is he someone that's just had a really good season and whatever else? Can he continue that kind of level? I don't know, bro. I don't know for him. I really don't know. Guys, there's 70 of you here right now. More than 70 of you here right now. Please help me get to 50 likes. Smash the like button. The link will be in the chat sooner rather than later, actually. I'm going to be doing this a lot earlier. I'm just going to quickly fly through these topics with you. I am actually thinking, right? I'm going to ask you guys, all the GNA community. I was thinking of doing a members, like offering you guys a members option on GNA TV, where you guys can actually become members as well. Obviously, we've got the super chat option as well. So if you guys ever want to put in a super chat, then that's down to you guys. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a members thing, so you guys can actually subscribe through the members. If we get any news, bring you the news first. Give you some like little emoji options and things like that are only for you guys. Eventually as we grow and we get into things, we could potentially look to do member chats and things like that. Like, I want to know what your thoughts are. Like, would you be interested in me doing like a members opportunity now or not? That what do you think of that, guys? Because even though it's all right, we run the channel, I like to be open with you guys and give you guys control as well and help us sort of grow it moving forward. So let me know what you think about it. Pancho Peran, Lukaku, Courtois and Hazard wanted Man City to beat us in the final. I'm glad that donkey ain't coming back. Rolling Stones is not happy. Gem, Fab News at 5. Yes, Fabrizio Romano is going live today at 5 p.m. To give some Kounde updates and some other updates on Twitch. So make sure that you go over there at 5 p.m. onwards and let's see what he's got to say. I'm hoping that he gives us more news on the Kounde deal. I'm hoping that the Kounde deal is... I've heard Kounde deal is pretty much there and done. And I do think it will be for Zuma. It's just about the announcement time. Kounde wants to be a Chelsea player. We are going to drop onto that a little bit. Kounde does want to be a Chelsea player as well. So it is something that's going to happen. Smash the likes is what Josh says as well. Help Gem, and only takes a second. It does. It really, really does, guys. Chelsea wanted Lukaku anyways. I don't think they wanted Lukaku, Diego. I don't actually know if Chelsea wanted Lukaku. I thought Chelsea actually wanted Haaland. Obviously, it's made it very clear that they've wanted Haaland for the last couple of weeks. So I don't see how this whole Lukaku thing works. He does not get any news on Chelsea anymore. Yeah, that's true. Jim, remember no one knew about Drogba and he done incredible for Chelsea. Dusan has recorded the same stats as Drogba. Tommy, the only way we get this player is if we do not sign a Haaland, Lukaku, a Kane. Who else is there? I don't even think like would we actually go for a Danny Ings before him? Like, would we look at someone that's Premier League proven, go for the safer option, bring someone in like him? Like, it's going to be interesting. It really, really is going to be interesting. And just to give you guys a quick little Fabrizio Romano update. Obviously, he's got his Here We Go podcast here, which is literally, let's say copyrighted, but he's sort of thingy anyway. Here we go. Kounde news, Romero news, Real Madrid news, blah, blah, blah. Stream today's around 5 p.m. CET time on Fabrizio Romano Twitch channel. To answer your questions, you can join here. So make sure that you guys at 5 p.m. tune in to Fabrizio Romano. Hopefully, it gives us some more news on the Kounde deal. And yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens with that. So I want to jump onto the last topic really quickly before I put the link in the chat. I want to talk about the Kounde and Tchouaméni thing. The Kounde and Tchouaméni thing. All right. Kounde has the same agent as Tchouaméni. Now there was some articles in that a journalist have brought out saying that Monaco have already approached Marseille and tried to bid for Kamara at 15 million, which has already been declined. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like there's maybe a link between Chelsea and the Kounde with the agent and a potential Tchouaméni option? Obviously, there's still talks about Chelsea needing a DM. Would it make sense if Chelsea go for Tchouaméni? Should we not be pushing this target aside? I want to know what your thoughts are. Tell me. Do you think Tchouaméni is an option? Because obviously, reading here, Chelsea Exeter, who, funny enough, CFC newspaper was the one that come out of it. He said keep an eye on Tchouaméni's situation. The reason they're saying that is because AC Monaco reportedly had a bid for Boubacar Kamara rejected by Marseille. This could suggest that Monaco are trying to sign a replacement for Tchouameni. Are Chelsea doing something behind the scenes here again? I'm trying to read in between the lines. Is there something that we're not really seeing? Are we missing something here? Because we do need a DM. Declan Rice, I just don't think it's going to happen because he's way overpriced. Chelsea are not going to sign Declan Rice for 70 million. And from what I've also heard with Declan Rice is they want a player from Chelsea. They want a Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They want a Tammy Abraham. They want there was someone else. Barkley, I think it might have been as well. They want one of these players on top of that. Someone's telling me to look at Fabrizio. Let's have a look at Fabrizio. What's Fabrizio done? Has he broke some more news? I don't think he'll break any more news before he goes live, but we can have a look. There's nothing there. What? I'm baffed. Yeah, what is it? What is it that you've seen from Fabrizio, football star? Let me know. What is it that you've seen from Fabrizio? Because I've just been on there. There's nothing there. But yeah, the Tchouameni thing, guys. Let's see what you're saying in the chat. I want to know what your thoughts are on the Tchouameni deal. Marseille just holding out to see what we buy a Chewy for. So, are you 100%? I'm going to put the link in the chat soon, so make sure that you stay tuned. But are you 100% sure that Chelsea are going for Tchouameni? Is this something that you think is legitimately going to happen, viewers? I think Chelsea's viewed Tchouameni as a long-term Kante replacement. I hear that, Robinson. So you're confident that Tchouameni is Chelsea's target. Why would Chelsea not go for a Kamara, by the way? Why would Chelsea not be interested in a Kamara if he's only 15 mil from Marseille? Obviously, he's been turned down from Monaco, which means they're probably going to want some more from him. So maybe pushing 70, 20 to 25 mil would be what they're looking at. No, I don't really know. Zakar. No is the answer to that. And I haven't watched him enough to comment too much on it, to be honest. If we get Haaland, we'll get Tchouameni. But if we don't get Haaland, we might get Rice. I don't know, Ratwick. I really don't know if that's the case. I really don't know if we will. I think Tchouameni is a better option for Chelsea in terms of the value element of it. Yes, he's a risk player, but you've got to bear in mind, Tchouameni comes to Chelsea and he becomes a fourth starter. So if we sign Declan Rice for that kind of money, Declan Rice is going to want to start at Chelsea. And he's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to be able to do that. Not with the current players that we have at our club. He doesn't just walk in. So is it worth spending 70 million plus throwing a player and getting Declan Rice? Or is it better spending 30 to 35 million on a Tchouameni, using the agent that we've used to bring in Kounde, because they're the same agents, and bargain a deal with him to try and get it done? Because I think we should look at Tchouameni. I think Tchouameni is a good shout. I think Chewy is our main midfield option. Kamara is good, but the upside for Huey is higher. I hear that. I do hear that. Big up to Chelsea fan as well, who's in the house. Severin says Chelsea must sign Mbappe. He must be cheap too. Chelsea should sign Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe to Chelsea. What are you thinking, guys? What do you think of that? Kylian Mbappe to Chelsea. There's 80 plus people here. Let's try and get to 70 likes. We're not on. I think we're just under 60 at the moment, guys. Let's try and get to 80 likes. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well. If you're new to GNA TV, please make sure you do that. We're going to be doing a lot more content like this. Plus, going into the new season, I will be going to Chelsea games. You'll be seeing vlogs potentially. We'll be doing the player rating shows, the pre-match reaction shows as well, the games before, top 6 reviews as well. There's going to be so much going into this next season. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned in with that. Kamara is a centre-back, can play CDM. His natural position is a centre-back. That's why we are not going for him. I hear that, Zedvio. I do hear that. The link's going to be in the chat very, very soon for you guys. Going to do that once we get to 70 likes. So let's get to 70 likes. You know, I'm not even asking for 100 today. I'm just asking for 70 likes, and we're 10 away. We're 10 away from 70 likes, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's answer some more of your questions. I think he wants Madrid next year on a free, because why would he leave PSG when they have signed Ramos Hakimi? He ain't leaving. There's no way in hell Mbappe leaves PSG when PSG have spent the amount of money that they have. I just don't see that happening, you know? I really don't see that happening. I don't see West Ham selling Rice this season. Yeah, but do you know why they won't sell him? Because they want stupid money for him. That is it. You know, why can't they just take a 50 mil whack? Do you know what I mean? Still 50 mil. Like, how do they think they can get away with, a 70 million or 80 million valuation plus a player, from what I'm hearing, is what they want. It makes no sense. We are short of what Sevilla's valuation is he? Let's have a look. This is why I love going live with you guys at this time, because things happen. You know, things do happen. Let's have a look at what Nizar's saying. Nizar, where are you, bro? In Selah. Why do I never find him? I always spell it's double A, isn't it? But he's definitely a double A. There he is. There he is. Let's see what he is saying. All right, yes, he's actually brought out a comment. So let's do that, because he is, in terms of Chelsea, he's one of the main guys, I would say. He's definitely one of the main guys. So he just came out with this comment, guys. Breaking news from Nizar Kinsella himself. He says Chelsea remains short of Sevilla evaluation for Kounde, even when including Zuma. Sevilla won. Well, let's have a read, shall we? Sevilla won 80 million deal for Chelsea target Kounde amid talks of Zuma. Sevilla are looking for a deal worth up to 80 million euros, which is 68 million pounds, people. 68 million pounds. If an agreement is to be reached that allows Chelsea target Jules Kounde. Let's have a look. Because it's from Goals as well. Target Jules Kounde to leave the Estadio, as we have learnt. Kounde is open to the idea of taking we know this. Will the deal be done? Sevilla are often already parting with Brian Gill to Tottenham under no pressure to sell. Kounde is tied to contract through to 2024, so will not be running that deal down anytime soon. So that's interesting, because I thought we were quite comfortable. I thought that we was past all this. There was we was on our way to just getting the fee agreed. You know, so obviously this is saying currently at the moment that is not the case. No, sorry, you guys couldn't see the article. I just read the article out for you, but that was the article from goal.com, basically saying that we're not actually in a position to sign Kounde as of yet, because we're basically undervaluing him. What Chelsea have put forward basically is just not enough. So reporting with in Seville. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, there you go, guys. Nizar Kinsella has come out himself. Chelsea remains short of the Sevilla evaluation for Kounde, even when including Zuma. If that's the case, I feel like we'd still turn this around pretty quick. I don't think this is something that we'll be sitting on. And I do think that Chelsea will get the job done quicker than we expected anyway. There's 103 people here right now. Please make sure you smash that like button, guys. Let's try and get to 100 likes now. There's 100 people here. Let's get to there. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. I'm going to put the link in the chat. It's your time to get involved and have your say. Remember, we're one of the only Chelsea channels which allow you guys to get involved. Get involved. Have your say. I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, either on Kounde, Lukaku, or Tchouameni. They're the three topics we're talking about mainly today. Yeah, guys, let's get going. We're going to start with my guy, Josh, CFC in the house. What is going on, Josh? You all right?
What's up, Jimmy? I'm doing well. How you doing?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. What are your thoughts on the comment that Nizar has just come out with in regards to Kounde? Do you think this is more of a it's going to happen more than anything else, or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I like Nizar Kinsella. I think he's a good reporter, but I don't think he's right on this. My two main things on this would be if Fabrizio is reporting it, that means this thing is in the final stages already. He doesn't. Fabrizio doesn't report on rumors, and he doesn't really report on things that aren't completed yet. So the fact that he's even talking about it, to me, says that the fees have already been done and settled. You also, I think this news is probably about a week old or so by the time these journos get it.
Yeah.
Things are already a week ahead advanced as far as talks go. And then secondly, for me, Sevilla have already accepted a bid for Kounde this summer from Spurs with Davidson Sanchez plus 20. And then Kounde then turned down Spurs because he didn't want to go to Tottenham. So the fact that they would accept that bid, but not our bid of Zuma, who's better than Sanchez, plus more money from us, just makes me think it's hogwash. So I would say this deal gets done and wrapped up in the next couple of days. Again, Fabrizio's just not that kind of reporter. He doesn't report on things that aren't basically at the line and then over the line. So, just an article to get drawing up some views and get some clicks. But I'd say this deal's done and in the books in the next day or two.
I hear that. ZVO, what you saying, bro? You all right?
I'm doing great, mate. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, all right. And different day, another topics or same topic, shall I say? But what's your thoughts on this breaking news, mate?
Man, Nizar, I love his tweets, but I think there's a couple sometimes, and I've seen this in the recent 2-3 weeks, where he just tweets something that's just out of the blue and like no one was expecting it. And I agree with Josh here. I think this is totally fake and stuff are a week ahead. So obviously, I hope it's fake, but it is very likely that it's fake. And I think the Zuma and the 25 is looking like it's the deal. If we do have to add anything, Zappa Costa might get added into it, Bakayoko might get added to it, but I don't think we're going to go any higher than add any more money into it. I think 25-30 is the deal for cash.
I agree. I've said it for a long time. This deal is done. When you put it all together and the speed of how it's moved and like for me, it just makes sense that there's no way in hell. I honestly think I just don't see how this falls through. I really don't get how we don't get this done now. Zuma's happy to move, from what I understand as well. There was talks about other alternatives, Bakayoko, Zappa-Costas. I don't see any of them actually working for Seville when they're actually losing a centre back. So I do think it's going to be a Zuma for a Kounde, and it's just down to Chelsea to negotiate the right fee that they want to offer to him. But Hassan, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I was just listening into what you guys are saying. I just think that this is just old news. Really.
Yeah, no, I agree as well, mate. I agree. What's your thoughts on the Lukaku thing? Obviously, apparently, he's supposedly turned us away. Do you blame him?
I mean, I don't blame him. Yeah, he's on his way currently to be one of Inter's top 10 goal scorers of all time.
Hassan, you're going quiet and low. I can't hear you properly. Your audio keeps going.
It's because someone's ringing me. Give me a minute.
Well, mate, let's go to C1 London. What's happening, bro? How you doing? C1, you're mute. You're
I think he just left.
He left, is he? We come in and he left. Football style. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, what's up? I want to say that, first of all, I want to thank you to let me in and the fan base. And first of all, I want to say that about Kounde situation, I don't really trust the reliable source of Nizar. I just don't trust him. I trust more in Fabrizio. There was something, that message he wrote in the tweet that says Kounde is Chelsea's main target. Okay, this word quoted, main target. So it means they are focusing on this particular player. So I fully disagree what he said in the tweet. From my opinion, that it's fake. He just wants to make attention. That's all.
Yeah.
But when the Twitch, we will see the truth. Like he will give us the update, Fabrizio.
Yeah.
After in like 2 hours. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I mean, Simon Phillips has just come out and sort of, he seems to be retweeting everything at the moment. Simon Phillips, especially today, it's like he's following every other person's comments at the moment. And I mean, there was talks of what I wanted to look at with him was the comments that he came out with about. Well, it wasn't him that said it. It was the Gazzetta dello Sport, obviously massive 1.7 million followers as well. They're saying obviously Chelsea contacted Lukaku and he listened, but he said no, thank you. I mean, I think. Do you not feel like this is more of a push on the Dortmund side than the Haaland thing, just to try and maybe, if it isn't done or if there's still something going on there? Do you think it's more of a, yeah, if you want the money, you better come and take it, because if you don't, we're going to give it elsewhere, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think it could, honestly, but when he quoted the "no thank you," that feels a bit off. I don't know. I don't know if that was the exact words, but I do not see a player saying "no thank you" to a deal a team gives. So I'm not sure how to really react to this. I'm kind of a bit in the middle, but
Yeah,
I would agree with you, Jim, about that. To push Chelsea to bid for Haaland.
yeah, I agree as well. Fata, what you saying, bro?
Yeah, this Lukaku thing, you know, I'm not really buying for it. We should stay away from Lukaku. We
Yeah,
brought him out of Belgium to limelight, but he's a bit better Chelsea because we didn't give him a game time and that. Also, we went Morata instead of him, so just move on. I'm
yeah,
not really fussed about it at all.
Yeah, I totally
yeah,
agree. I
Yeah.
agree with Potter 100%.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I have 2 points. First of all, first point
Go
is
on.
age, and the second one is why Chelsea bring have a player already, then they sell them and bring him back. What's the point? These two things. So I
Who's
just
that?
get rid of in my mind, like why do we get him? Why we need him? I think we
Who's
could
that?
find.
Lukaku.
Yeah,
Talking about
Lukaku.
there?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't
I
think
just don't think
I
Chelsea
don't
have
think.
ever been in on Lukaku. If anything, I think they've sort of just been, maybe if they have any contact, they've mostly probably just been using him for the negotiations for Holland, just to kind of keep Dortmund on their toes a little bit. But I don't think we have ever had any real concrete interest in Lukaku at all this summer, to be perfectly fair.
It's just
And
Haaland second rumors. Really
Yeah.
yeah.
don't even think about it.
We had to have some sort of negotiation plan on the side to keep Dortmund honest, where it's like, hey, we have money to spend. We might spend it on this guy. We'd rather spend
Yeah.
it on your guy. But I don't think there's ever been anything there with Lukaku and Chelsea. I just don't see it.
Don't want Lukaku anywhere near my club. The first touch, man. Yeah, I mean, people still living with that old first touch that he had at Man United. Look, don't get me wrong. I just, if I was Lukaku, if I was actually Lukaku, I would sit there and be like, why the hell would I want to go to you when you've been chasing after Haaland the whole time? Like, you know, I use that example of the woman. Like, you're in a club and you see a really fit bird
Yeah.
and she's in a group. You're a group of mates and you go for her because she's the fittest, and then she turns you down at the end, and then you end up going to her mate and at the end just to try and piss her off. And then her mate's like, "Why are you bothering me? You haven't been talking to me the whole night." That is literally the best example I could use of this Haaland and Lukaku thing. And listen, we have to get it done. We have to get something done, some sort of movement. It has to be going on with this Haaland thing, and I don't want to keep talking about it because there's nothing more to say about it, if that makes sense, really. But
Yeah.
it's a bit of
Pretty
a
much.
I'm tired of like Chelsea people simping over Lukaku. Like, this man has turned us down 3 times. Like, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
even
Let's
if we
move on.
did offer him a crazy contract and he turned it down, like, that's the 3rd time this man has turned us down. Leave him alone. Let him be in Italy. Inter are not going to be very good this year. I'm sorry, they're not going to be anywhere near where they were this year.
Yeah.
So let him stay in Italy. Leave him alone. Stop going after that man. You don't need to be getting rejected for a 4th time by Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, well, look, listen, there's 158 of you here right now. Let's just smash the like button. Let's try and get to 100 likes, guys. We're 25 away, which means if there's 150 of you here, we should be well over 100 likes right now. So please make sure you hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe to GNA TV as well. The link I'm going to continue putting in the chat. Like I said, we are giving you the opportunity to come in and have your say like we always do on this channel as well. So we want to hear your thoughts. But we have got Coach Critic with us, bro. How are we doing?
What's going on, fellas? Everything good?
Yeah,
So,
not bad, mate.
good,
Not bad.
good.
I mean, different story for a new day, as it always seems like for Chelsea at the moment. But what are your thoughts on the whole Lukaku stuff that's come out today?
I mean, I don't like it's like I said in the chat. Like I don't really blame him. Like if he did turn it down, like it's your analogy of the girlfriend is just perfect. That's exactly what it looks like, you know. And no top striker wants to be, you know, oh, the second fiddle or whatever, or you know, like his mentality in that respect, I think is good. Like I don't want to come to a club that didn't want me first. But beyond that, like I just don't think that. I know we need a type striker and we need someone to finish off the opportunities that we get, but I just don't think that Lukaku is that fit. I think it's just we're so thirsty for a striker, any striker, that he's come into the fold, you know. But the guy's what? He's 28 right now. The fittest I've ever seen him was under Kounde. He looked mean, lean, and fit. Without Kounde, the way Kounde trains his teams, I don't think he's going to be able to maintain that for the next 5 years, to be honest. Like, I don't think that he has the work ethic off the pitch to maintain that sort of like, you know, lean physique. So for me, I'm like, you know, that could be 2 years from now, that could be one of the worst contracts we've ever signed, just given the fact that his fitness could go, right? So I'm like, listen, straight goods, man. It's Erling Haaland or we just pass, you know, simple and plain. I think at the end of the transfer, there's going to be a few things that are going to come to light as well. I remember one of the somebody in the chat mentioned something about Mbappe.
Yeah,
there's stuff going on there. Maybe not with Chelsea, but it's about the domino effect. If he goes to Madrid, do you see Haaland to Madrid as also a viable option? I don't.
no.
You know, and I don't see if Harry Kane goes to Man City, I don't think that Haaland is a viable option there as well. So when you look at it, if we wait till the end of the window, if some of these things get sorted out, Haaland's only real viable option.
Oh man, Chelsea fans, I love them. I swear, they really make some funny pictures, don't they? Oh man, that looks good though.
But think about it though. How many viable options would there be if, say, Mbappe goes to Madrid and Kane goes to Man City? Like where else can Haaland fall?
Bayern.
You really think Bayern's going to be able to pull it together? I don't think he goes there.
They can pay his release clause next year for sure. They would
absolutely
absolutely
goes there though.
I'm just like worried from now on because Chelsea not doing the bit or Abramovich. I don't know what he's doing. Like just do it. Like
trust me, they're doing it behind closed doors. Trust me,
man. You're gonna wake up one morning and see a headline. Holland to Chelsea is on. Like that's just what you're going to see. It's not going to be several days of, oh, we bid 130, they rejected. We bid 140, they rejected. We bid 150, they rejected. No, you're going to wake up one day.
Okay, when it happened, when it
Guys,
happened.
Why do Man United fans, and I keep seeing it over Twitter, actually think Haaland's going to them? I just don't get it.
He's not going to United. He's not going to United.
There's no way.
Well, we got Sancho, and he loves Sancho. He was his favourite assister.
And Ole's Norwegian, so he's going because he wants to work with Ole, the worst manager in the Prem right now.
Ole will be lucky to have a job by the end of next season. I'm telling you, right? People are going to be surprised by how. I don't think United are going to be. I think people would be surprised how poor United are next year.
I think Sancho will be slow in the coming.
I think Sancho will be decent, but I think their midfield is so poor, especially if they lose Pogba. If they lose Pogba to PSG, their midfield is dead.
They can have Sancho all they want.
If they lose Pogba, literally they take a 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on this comment prior to obviously the comments about him saying no? Because it says here Chelsea make 110 million offer for Lukaku and Inter are tempted to accept. Roman Abramovich's son has been to Milan and working on this deal.
His son, right? Well, since when is Roman Abramovich's son a negotiator?
What?
When did this happen?
Honestly,
his son's been on
This is
holiday.
the first I've heard that his son is a negotiator. This is the first. This is why.
Isn't his son like really young? I swear his son's like 16, 17.
Yeah. Can you imagine going out there? Hi, Lukaku. Do you want to come to Chelsea? Okay, let's go, my dad. See you later.
I don't know why
My dad has sent me with $110 million check.
we are not stupid. Why did we do this?
He's like, my
That's probably
dad's
why he turned us
doing
away. If it was him and hell. If his son's gone down there and he's 16 years old and he's like, yeah, do you want to come over? He's probably thought, what is this?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm happy where I am. See you later.
I was
Do
gonna
it
say
to
that.
Haaland. Do it to Haaland. Do it to Haaland.
No wonder Lukaku rejected.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's sending his son. I think if Romovich really wanted Lukaku, he'll go himself. But I don't know why he's sending his son in this. As might be
Why are
an
Man
internship
United
or
and Chelsea
something.
fans having an argument in the chat? I know there's 200 people here now, right? But the fact that we've got, I know you're not all Chelsea fans because there's also salty Man United fans and they're probably Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans, yeah. But you guys, man, I swear, you really cracked me up. I mean, while you're here, please hit the like button.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Varane, you mean his French teammate confirmed he's staying? Give me a break. Listen, Pogba, if PSG bid a certain amount of money, Paul Pogba will push for that move.
100%. Pogba will instantly leave to.
We only have
Otherwise,
85 likes.
he would sign
And then
he'd sign
85.
his extension. Okay.
85 likes. We're 85
Come
likes and there's nearly 200 people here and I've got 85 likes. Come on, guys. 200. Oh, sorry, not 200 likes. 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. Come on, please. Do that. Smash the like button as well. We've got Joshua here. Joshua, what's happening, my bro? You're on mute, though, yeah? There you go.
Oh, hi Jim, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you? You alright? Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good. This Lukaku thing. I don't know. Are we actually bidding? Is it actually true that we're bidding 110 million for him?
It's not
Of
digital,
course,
bro.
last time out.
I can't hear you, Joshua, man. Your
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
yeah.
is so bad, bro.
You're saying if the bid's true.
Connection.
He sounds like you're on altitude.
Yeah, we can't hear you, my man. Might need to come back in. Come out and come
Okay.
back in. Yeah. Why we're actually coming off this topic for a second? I know I asked it at the beginning of the stream, but what are your thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
The new away kit, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Gem.
People hyped it up really much. A lot of people do like it. I'm surprised. I don't.
I don't
Listen,
think it's that bad. I don't know why
It's-
everyone's so thingy
If
about
it's
it.
Haaland, though, you know.
Jim, if I give
Haaland.
you some crayons and 10 minutes, you could come up with a
Yeah.
kit design better than that. That is the laziest. That is the laziest design I've ever seen. Nike is $1 billion corporation, and they came up with a yellow kit with some black lines. Like, come on, man.
I mean, the color scheme's
sorry.
kind of dope. I'll
At
give the
least they
color
can
scheme a
do
nice.
gold and yellow or gold and black.
We need
or
black. We
something
need a
that
black
has
kit.
texture.
Yeah, it should have
Yeah,
been
that
all
black
black.
kit was
All black
sick.
with
I
some
love the
yellow
black
lines
kit,
would have
yeah,
been
yeah.
Yeah,
better.
that will
Yeah.
look nice. Yeah.
That would have been
But
fire.
it's
Viewers.
okay.
Oh no,
It's,
this
like, I
is
would
gonna
say
be
it's
black
better
and gold.
than the home kit.
Rate the kit. Viewers, there's 200 of you here. Rate the kit out of 10 for me. I want to know what your rating is from 1 to 10. Let us know in the chat now. Do you
There-
like it or do you hate it? What do you think?
There are random guys on Instagram who have concept kits that are levels above this kit.
Oh,
And
those are insane.
And this was designed by a guy making 6 figures who works for Nike. I mean, give me a break, man. This took 5 minutes to design.
The numbers are
I was
flying
gonna
in.
say, you wanna know what's funny, right?
I would
You know
give
the one
7
where
out of 10.
I was gonna say, like the training kit that Ziyech was wearing, that black and yellow one, the other one, the one that said Trivago on, that's miles
Yeah.
better than this
That's nice. Yeah, that's solid.
kit. That's
Black.
way better than this kit, man.
If they take the lines, I would say 8.
Yeah, I can see an all yellow kit. That look decent.
We just had a yellow one with Nike Hazards last year with the yellow and the blue collar. Like even that was simple and basic, but even that looks a little cleaner. I just don't. It's just
10.
boring. It's lazy.
Ad says 10. Ads thinks it's a 10,
Man,
10,
what's this man on
10,
about?
10.
He's spamming 10.
United fans suck up by their arguing about look, Nike doing us dirty. Look at Inter. Yeah, look at Inter.
Forget that.
Look at PSG.
Yeah,
Look at PSG.
Yeah, Nike, honestly, man.
BNG, oh my
Are
god.
they actually doing us over, do you think? You actually reckon
Yeah.
they're doing us over?
100%, man.
Arsenal has better kits than us.
We have so many like
We did
retro
that, we
kits.
have better jersey than that, honestly.
Yeah.
So plain and uncreative.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
This one again.
the best kit that they've made was the
Oh, not this
retro FA Cup kit. That was the best kit.
Bruh, the worst one that they made, 2017-18 season, everyone looks like a copycat from Chelsea to Man
Was
City.
it the one with
Do you want to
the
see this one
airline?
again? These are ones when-
Yes,
Oh yeah, that was.
Last
that's
year's
a
one,
beautiful kit.
I like last year's one. Last year's the black one.
Yeah, you want the black kit. How many people in the chat want the black kit back? The
Yeah,
black
I
kit
like-
or the yellow kit?
We need a black kit, man. Black's so clean.
Adidas was just so much better design wise. Like it's
Yeah.
to me, it hasn't even been close. The Nike
Oh, yeah,
designs.
100%. Adidas, yeah. We miss Adidas.
Yeah,
What do you think Barcelona kit?
Nah,
Barcelona's
Barca,
wrong.
it's all right.
I just think with the colors and like the colors that you have at your leisure when it comes to Chelsea, like all the things you could come up with, this is what they came up with. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man, we have a
I'm
clean,
creative.
crisp blue. You could do black, you could do gold,
Creativity.
silver.
Nothing.
Can
What
do
is
I'm
this?
I'm
can do
surprised that
something
none of
new.
them have taken the concept kits. That's why I'm shocked, man. Like no one's taking it forward.
Guys, I want to quickly talk about the midfield element, and obviously there's links between Kounde and Kounde's agent with Tchouameni. We saw that Monaco were interested, or they bidded for apparently supposedly Kamara for 15 million, and it got rejected. Do you think Chelsea are doing things again behind our backs for Tchouameni, and do you feel like Tchouameni is an option for Chelsea, bearing in mind we're already working with the agent on Kounde? What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't know if it's behind our back though, because we've been hearing about Tchouameni for weeks now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like the original,
behind
the
our backs,
original.
we don't know where they are with it, coach. You know what I mean? Like, where are they?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll never be privy to everything that happens within, the negotiations. But like before we knew about Kounde, we knew about Tchouameni because that was we actually initially thought that he was in a negotiation with his agent for Tchouameni more so than Kounde. So
Yeah.
I think the Kounde one came out of nowhere. But if we get Tchouameni, that wouldn't surprise me too much, just based on the fact that
He's been in
the
news for
Fabregas
months.
links from
Don't be
time and
surprised
then,
about Tchouameni, because that talk's been coming up for about 4 weeks now.
Tchouameni's been
Well,
in
it
the
was
news for
CFC
months,
news
though.
page
He's been
that
there for
reported it
months.
as well. Obviously,
Who
it's
would
in
you
the Chelsea
replace
Extra.
Tchouameni if you bought him?
It also shows there's more to this as well. One second, guys.
Tchouameni is just the icing on the cake. We only need Haaland, one player.
Well, no, but the
Yep.
thing is, does this fall in line with what was said about the Kounde? Because it's Chelsea. From what I heard from a lot of people, journalists, they've all said Chelsea are going to make another 2 big signings. So is it
Yep.
a DM and a striker? Obviously, it's got to be. So
Has to
too
be.
many.
It has
do,
to
we,
be.
do we necessarily
Well,
want
to be honest,
Varane on our team?
I remember a few months ago I said that I read a report saying that Chelsea's top 3 priority was a strike, a mid, and a centre back. So
I don't
it
think we
wouldn't
will buy
surprise me
DM.
if they go for
I don't think.
But we're gonna get the striker first before we go to the DM. We just gotta.
Well, this is the
when
thing
we
with
get
the
Haaland,
to be
then
honest,
we
you are
get
going to get a centre back first before the striker.
centre back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we've got the
They
centre
can
back.
work.
Centre back's
They can
done.
work both of these deals at the same time, guys. It's not like
Exactly.
it's not like we
Who
have to
replaced
do.
Who replaced
We're not doing one deal at a time here. It's
But we want to make sure if we get Tchouameni and don't get Haaland, well, that's when stuff are gonna be a bit upset. But that's what I'm saying. Make sure we get Haaland in the Chelsea eyes. Make sure they get Haaland, and then they can keep going for Tchouameni too. But they're just going to show Haaland. That's like the main priority.
Do you think Tchouameni's a good choice for Chelsea? Like the player I'm talking about, the player
Fantastic
himself.
player.
Is he
Yeah,
good? Is he
fantastic.
good enough for Chelsea, or is
For
it
sure.
a risk?
Yes.
At the moment, he's a good player to buy in terms of rotation, but is he good enough to start?
Yeah,
we
that's
don't
the
need him.
question.
We don't need him to start next year, which is the good. That's why it's such a good deal. Is because he fits the bill. He plays multiple positions. He's young. He can come off the bench. He can learn.
But he wants
he'll be able to
maybe.
he'll be able to play in
He
several games, and the upside to him is crazy. He has crazy upside. So I
And
think
he's
he just
young.
makes
How
he
old
just
is he?
makes the most sense out of all the targets. Kamara is a really good player too, but I just think for what we need and what we're looking for, he
Doesn't
fits the
fit us.
bill to a T.
Which one do you want, Kamara or Tchouameni?
Tchouameni.
To a minute for me.
Kamara's a centre back. He barely plays CDM.
Yeah,
Because
and we got. I mean,
Tchouameni can play a 6 and 8. He can play an attacking midfield position if you need him to. He's speed. He's got pace. He can pass. He can score. He does everything you're looking for.
Kounde gives us a lot of versatility though as well, you know. And I think what Chelsea are
100%.
trying to do is find players that give us options more than anything as well.
Facts.
To be honest, I don't really see a problem with it.
I can't see him playing as a DM role now.
Who? Wait, who's saying?
Kounde, I think.
Maybe he played DM. Kounde.
Nah.
He's a defender, isn't he?
No, Kounde can't play DM.
He's his preferred position and why
Look
he's
how
strong.
he play against Barcelona. Look at how he plays.
No. It's he's mostly plays on the right side at centre back. That's where his favorite position.
I don't think anyone's saying that he plays DM. I think that what we're saying is he can evolve into that role, right? He can be somebody that could possibly play that for us.
He's more or less like a Rudiger on the Puka, like
he have control his ball.
Okay, he's a back three player then.
All right, so let's have a bit of. All right, do you know what? Actually, let's have a bit of fun. Why not? Let's have a bit of fun. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's do that. Let's talk about the proposed players that we are currently linked to, right? And how we would like us to look next season. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say to you guys, what formation do you want to play? 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. What do you want to do? Let's have a bit of fun with it.
Well, let's do the Champions League winning one. What we normally do. Should we do
We're factoring in guys that we want to sign too, Jim.
You're only factoring the guys that we're getting Kounde. I think we're going to get. So we put Kounde in it. We can throw. I don't think Tchouameni gets in the team anyway.
If you're putting Kounde in, I feel like you're gonna have three at the back.
Three at the back.
I think we do a 3-4-3.
If you're getting Kounde, it's three at the back.
I think if Haaland comes in, we'll probably play something close to that 4-2-2-2.
All right. So are we in agreement that Mendy's in goal? Yeah, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Mendy is our goal. Viewers, get involved as well. Tell me your 1 to 11 team that you want to see next season, providing Chelsea get Kounde. And I'm allowing you with the striker to pick your preference of striker. It doesn't have to be a Haaland. It's your preference. Yeah.
That's disrespectful to Bettinelli, by the way, man. Very disrespectful.
All right, back three, guys. We start from the left side. Who is playing on that left side for you?
Rudiger. No ACs here. No ACs.
Rudiger. Also, guys, while I'm doing this, we're literally about 40 away from 1.7k subscribers. And I don't know how many people are in the live chat right now, but because I'm doing this, but I'm sure there's over 100 there. So, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1.7k. The road to 2k is close. We'll be doing another giveaway once we reach the 2k. Fata already won an England shirt, which I already bought him and sent him. Funny enough, so he can.
Thank you.
Innit, Fata? You're happy with that, wouldn't you?
I got soaked, man.
Guys, central midfield. What are we doing? Tell us.
Thiago.
Crusty or Silva.
Let's just do Thiago. We'll do a healthy back three. We'll start with Thiago, but AC will play there a lot this year.
What if we sign Kounde?
Yeah, if we sign Kounde, I think Thiago will be the center back when he's for big games.
Kounde plays on the right side of centre back. He plays that more.
Thiago Silva, yeah? Are we all agreement to Thiago Silva then?
Yeah.
Thiago Silva is in. Right centre back.
Kounde.
If we sign Kounde, then stick Kounde. If we're not,
Kounde, where are you doing your snake dance? There it is. There he is. So that is our back four view. We're going from.
Hold on. You guys benched the captain already?
Huh?
Hold on. You guys benched the captain already?
Who? Asby? Yes. Asby is.
Wow. New captain's on now.
Wow.
Asby's on the bench.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
But
where would you put him?
the Premier League first.
I don't know about Aspie, man.
He's
Aspie's
already
getting old
very
now.
better than
That's
He
the
won't fit
captain,
in that.
guys.
Like,
After that Euros he had too. Wow, you guys are
Everyone's
cold.
saying Kounde though. Wait a sec. Everyone in the chat, Matty
Well,
Look
Cash
at his he has
Kounde.
pace. He
Kounde.
has pace.
yeah,
You
Everyone
reckon
wants
Kounde's going to go to starting lineup straight away?
I don't think so.
No. He won't get in the starting lineup, but this is like.
yeah, I will say this is
I
overrated.
think this is our back three, guys. I'm not gonna joke. I actually think this is gonna be.
I agree.
This is what I
Then
want.
this will be our.
I
back
agree.
three
Okay,
Probably.
okay.
All right, so we move on. Who's playing on the left? What we doing?
Chile.
Ben Chilwell.
Ben Chilwell. Okay, cool. What about left-sided central midfield?
George and Conte, man.
Chante.
Yep, George and Kounde. Look.
Yes,
is everyone agreeing with Jorginho? Everyone want Jorginho in the team?
For this season, Jim,
Yeah,
I know
I
how you
hope
feel
mistakes,
about him,
I
but
hope.
for this year,
Jorginho,
Baron
I
d'Or.
hope he
What
doesn't
about
make any mistakes.
Tchouameni? Any better than him? He can go in front of him, can't he? Let's get
No,
Tchouameni.
not this season, not this
Sure,
season.
man. Sure, man.
Tchouameni and Kante. Yeah,
that's
look at
great.
that.
Oh,
Look at that.
Next season,
Yes,
Jim.
no.
Next season.
J5.
All right.
Reece.
Well, no Kovacic, no?
Three French
No
people.
Kovacic.
No,
I was
no,
gonna
no,
say
no.
why not Kovacic and Jorginho, but I don't think no one's
Well,
gonna.
Kounde needs to be in the field, and Kovacic
Yeah,
and
man.
Kounde can't play together.
Who
There's no
takes this
benching Conte.
position here, guys? Who
Reece
takes
James.
Zappa Costa.
Reece James.
It's also Zappa
Zappa
Costa.
Costa? Did someone just say Zappa Costa?
Zappa
Who
Costa.
says Costa? You might
Are
as
you
well.
joking?
Right?
Man's moving, fam.
Some people saying
man's
Rice.
moving.
Declared man. Come on.
No, please, no, we're not
He's
kidding.
too old,
James.
right? He's not
James.
that good.
All right, let's go, James. They want James.
Yeah,
Let's go,
Reece.
James.
Just make it simple, man.
Oh God, there's many.
Now
Jameses.
the attack is the issue. Like
we
we
go.
have to put this amount.
Right, now the big question for you guys is who plays behind the striker? Because we've got so much options.
I said
Havertz and Mount.
Werner, Havertz, Mason Mount. Tell me. Who is
Havertz
your
and Mount.
Werner, Havertz, Haaland. Get man.
I was gonna
Mount
say
and Werner.
Pulisic
Mount
and
and
Haaland.
Mason Mount. Well, Johnny will
Johnny's
be
not here.
fast.
Don't
Johnny.
put Mount there.
So Mason
Mount.
Johnny
Mount.
Haaland
Havertz.
up front, it's Mount and Werner.
Havertz, Mount, and Holland, guys.
All right, let's start from the right. Who's starting playing on the right? Mount. Is that what we're saying?
Mount.
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 Just put Mason Mount.
Fine.
I would have put Havertz in personally. That's my opinion. But
Yeah,
Put it on
I
the left.
agree.
Put it on the
I
left.
agree.
Werner over Havertz,
Yeah,
Werner over
Havertz. It's better.
Havertz on the
Yeah,
left.
actually, let's do Havertz to wind Johnny up and see that Johnny see it as well. There we go. Havertz, and then on the left,
Pulisic.
Werner.
Werner.
Has to be Mount.
It's going to be Mount, guys.
I don't know what people say.
Wait,
Werner
Johnny's
over
not
Mount.
here. Why are you all scared, though? Johnny's not
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Nah, we
Yeah,
don't care
yeah,
about
no
Johnny.
bomb.
Mount's still starting over.
He'll
Johnny's
show.
not
He'll
here. Don't be
he'll
scared.
show up, Potter. He'll show up.
Pulisic or Werner?
Werner.
Cho. Or Cho. Or Ziyech.
No, not show.
Werner.
Pulisic.
I think we should.
Well,
How many people
It'll be
saying Pulisic?
Werner. If we're picking
How
up
many
a
people
Mount,
saying
it'll be Werner.
Pulisic? How many people saying
Yeah.
Pulisic?
No.
No.
How many people?
No.
How
I
many
would
people
say
saying
Werner?
ask the viewers.
All right, Werner. Up front.
Let's move.
Your preferred striker. Any striker that you want up
Haaland.
there, we will put up there.
Dusan Vlahovic.
Haaland.
This is what we're going to end up with.
Nah. Oh my.
Tambia. What's his name?
Tammy.
Ogbo.
Nappy.
Ogbo, man. Broja.
James
Roger.
taking the piss.
I think he's
Why
done
not,
in
right?
Chelsea.
All right, who are we going with then? Haaland, Lukaku,
Haaland.
Kane. Who do you want?
Haaland. It's only one.
We go
There's only one
Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Haaland.
One Erling Haaland.
Haaland.
So there you go, people.
Oh my god,
There
I
is-
love this music. I want to.
There is the panel's first, first to Chelsea 11, Dream 11. I mean, it's pretty much nearly there, barring Kounde, who I think we're going to get. It's just the Haaland thing, if we're going to get him or not. If we don't get Haaland, let's take him out. And we don't get Haaland and we don't get Lukaku. Who else can we get?
There's only one. Danny Ink.
There is the
Danny.
Austrian guy, the Austrian.
Nah.
the Austrian.
Put Havertz.
No, Danny.
Put Havertz as a false nine.
Havertz, yeah, Havertz. I'm with
Bro,
Potter. You don't sign a striker if you don't get
Then we
Holland.
will
guys.
not win the Prem.
Stick
We will
this
not
man
win.
there,
We will
sure.
not win.
What
It's hard
about
to hear.
Vlahovic?
I'm so
What
worried
about-
if we don't buy any striker.
What about the
think we're not
Vlahovic
going
from
to win.
Fiorentina that people were saying? It's
No,
still...
no, Vlahovic.
Vlahovic,
Vlahovic is nowhere near there.
Yeah. Put it.
here we go. Tommy loves Vlahovic. Look, Vlahovic,
He's the
come
last
on.
person to come.
Ings.
Put it, Jim.
Ings.
Danny Ings.
All right, see you later, Josh, bro. Take
Let's
care,
look
yourself.
at
See you
There
later.
you go.
Hey, Josh,
Later,
man.
guys.
Vlahovic.
Peace.
Guys, before we continue, there's nearly 240 of you here right now tuned in. Please make sure you hit that like button. We are 30 away from 1.7k. We need your guys' support to help us get there. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so make sure you do that. Hit the bell notification button below this stream. It will let you guys know when we are live as well, to bring you some updates and stuff. So yeah, please guys, make sure you do that and try and get us to 200 likes while you're at it as well, guys. Let's go. Danny Ings, people were saying here. Ings, Chelsea boy, Ings. Jamak is what Gibbs is saying.
Hammer.
Mason Mount. Put Mason
Jim
Mount.
up front. I mean, I could do it, Ewan. You want me up front, mate?
No, put Mason Mount.
What
Then
about
you can
Broja?
He won't make
I
it.
won't.
Nah.
No,
Rather
that's
Tammy,
probably for the
honestly.
top game.
Nah, put Harvard as a fourth man. They can have Mason Mount.
Jim, put in Chilwell's best FIFA card, not gold. Andreas, big up to Andreas as well. Come on, man. Who are we going for? Mikel
Werner
Antonio.
up front.
Mikel Antonio. Yeah.
No way. No.
Put Mason Mount or Ziyech.
Oh, do you know what?
Danny
Tommy
Ings.
has to save Vlahovic. He keeps going on. He wants him
I'm
on
not
there.
really
so
fussed
much.
about this Vlahovic thing now.
Why
He
do people,
wants
I didn't
him.
get Vlahovic. I don't get it, man. He's not gonna be at Chelsea. He's barely gonna make the Prem. I mean, if he leaves, Tottenham's interested in him.
Here you go. Vlahovic is what Tommy wants it. Tommy, you can take a screenshot of that, mate, if that makes you happy for now, because he's going to be removed in a second.
Yeah, you know, screenshot it.
So if we don't get a striker, then obviously we go with Havertz up front.
Mason Mount. Put Mason
No,
Mount.
not Mason Mount. Havertz.
Yeah,
Who
Havertz
plays
and
in this position here?
Mount has to be there.
Ziyech then.
Ziyech.
Ziyech,
I
yeah?
don't see Ziyech playing well. I see Mount playing because he plays perfectly with Werner and Havertz. He plays really well with them. And James right behind him as well.
Oh, someone
Ziyech-
said Lewandowski. I like that. I actually like that. I like Lewandowski. That's a good shout.
Yeah, but he's going to be hard to get because of his age and price.
Really gonna get Lewandowski, honestly. I would think so.
Ziyech and Cho. Some people saying Ziyech. Some people saying Cho. Some
Yeah.
saying take Werner out. Mo saying take
why has
Werner
no one
out.
said Mount?
Havertz.
Why has no one said
Mount. Havertz, Mount. But everyone's got so many different. This is what's great about our fan base. We all have a
Yeah.
different take of the front three that we actually want to play, which is it's just funny, isn't it? It really is funny.
Options
Yeah.
are good for sure.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
options are good. That is true, and
Lots
I
of
don't think
options.
there's a right or wrong answer. I just think it's going to depend on who we're up against, the opposition, the type of team we're playing.
We're gonna
you know?
have a really good rotational squad for our front three. It's gonna be
Tuchel up there is what Abdi says.
Put Mason Mount in there.
I was going to say, where
Why
would
is
the
it-
Loftus
Why is it making complicated?
Nowhere.
Yeah. All right. So who we said Mason Mount? Yeah, we're going with Mason
Mason Mount,
Mount.
right? Why would we make it complicated for ourselves, man?
Get him in there. There you go, people. If we don't sign Haaland, there's your team for next year with Kounde in. Exactly the same with one player. Literally, all we would have signed is one player. The whole thing.
Jam agenda with crosses goes on. No crossing there. Wow. Unreal.
Can this team win the Premier League?
No.
Have a chance.
without
Have a
striker.
chance. We always gotta believe. Like, look at this.
No, without striker.
No. We got Mason Mount. We got the Ballon d'Or winner in that team. What's wrong with you lot?
No striker, no party, man.
We do need a sign, but we can win small trophies like Carabao and FA Cup.
I'll bring some whiteboard next season for sure. Just
so worried.
We don't worry about that.
Listen, guys, I put the link in the chat. We'll go for another, what's the time? Yeah, another 20 odd minutes for you guys to come in and have your say. It's in there now. If you want to come on, talk about topics, Lukaku, Tchouameni, if you want to talk Kounde, even if you want to talk Haaland, you know, you can come on here. This is your time to get, you know, air how you feel about the situations and let us know. It's not like
It's the Lukaku deal. I'm not really fussed about it, honestly. Like, how many weeks have we been sitting here talking about Lukaku? Nothing really happened.
Exactly. Anyhow, fellas, I gotta get back to work, but it's good chatting to
Couch,
you guys.
thanks for coming on, bro.
mate. Have
Take
a
care of
good
yourself, man.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
See you in a bit, bro.
Yeah.
Take care. CFC's time. Take out Werner. We've passed that, guys. I took it off. We're not on this anymore. Jem, read what Simon Phillips said on Twitter from Goal. Sevilla want cash only for what? Is he come out saying that? Let's have a look. Let me have a look at this.
I mean, he does do a lot of retweets, so you're gonna have to find
He
out
does.
what website he actually.
I think Simon Phillips has given us 4 different options. No, he hasn't. No, it's not. It's not. It's just what he's saying there is. I'll bring it up again so people can see, just so they understand. If you've come in late as well, guys, we will bring it up for you now. He's basically saying there that we've not reached what Sevilla's valuation, and that is not them asking for just cash only. That's them asking for Zuma. Obviously, we've got Zuma up front to make up most of it, but they obviously want a little bit more on what Chelsea are offering. Now, Chelsea could be, from what I've heard, it's going to be around 30-odd million pounds that Chelsea would pay.
Goal's pretty dodgy though. Goal the source.
Well, no, I'm just saying they're probably put in a 30 million bid and it's been declined. So 35, they might only need another 5 million to get the job done.
I heard they had another player. I think another Deadwood player would work well in Chelsea's end and not wasting more money.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. How you doing? What would you like to say?
I don't know, but I think this reliable source, I don't trust it. I don't trust him because every time he gives news, like, not reliable. But I just like to hear it, and I just think that if we give 40 million plus and Zuma, I think they will accept like the last deal of it, and for sure.
Yeah, I hear you, my man. I do hear you. Obviously, we've got some big games coming up, haven't we? You know, there's some big games coming up soon. We've got the game against Arsenal, which is on Sunday, isn't it? I believe, and then we've got
Sunday.
Tottenham next week, Wednesday, and then we've got the Super Cup against Villarreal. Are you expecting Chelsea to play a strong 11, or do you think it's going to be quite a sort of mixed 11 for the Super Cup?
That's a good question. I think they will play. I want to say their full team because I don't think everyone's going to be back in time. Like the English boys may not be back just in time for that. But I hope we play not our full 11, maybe get 9, 10, and then have some backups. But I'm not sure. That's a very good question.
We should play our strongest possible because I feel like we should treat it as a trophy.
We definitely have to play our strongest, but it's just if everyone's available, everyone's fit. Because again, boys are coming back, I think, next week. So then they're going to have a week and a half to really adapt, and then they've got to go straight back into it.
Yeah, I agree. Only Fabrizio gets. I mean, he does and he doesn't. You know, depends on what it is. He's very good at bringing in news and breaking, and that's purely a lot of the times with Fabrizio because he has links more. So it's not him directly with clubs; it's him with someone that's got,
He's big enough to get people to do it for him.
Yeah, exactly. But make sure you tune into Fabrizio Romano. He will be going live at 5 p.m. Kounde update for us. Hopefully, it's good news on that. So there's talks about Benzema actually being available for 35 million. I'm saying as well.
No.
Let's see if there's any news on that. Actually, let's have a look.
I don't think there's any. Benzema will not leave Real Madrid. He's way too invested in Real Madrid.
He's gonna retire there. That's what I think.
Yeah, he'll retire. He won't leave, and I don't think Chelsea need.
I mean, to be honest,
too old.
If they kicked out Ramos, they'll probably kick him out if Mbappe comes.
I don't think they kicked off Ramos. I think Ramos just decided to leave. I don't think they really kicked him off.
No, apparently he wanted to stay in Paris and no.
Yeah. That team will finish second, is what he thinks as well. Declared's with us. What are you saying, Declared?
How's it going, Jim?
Yeah, not bad, mate. You alright?
I would have jumped on earlier, but I didn't have my headset.
What's your fault? Yeah, go on.
Come on, Jim. Hey, you know what's going on here. Simon Phillips was late to the news, and now he's got to put his own little spin on it.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Everyone knows. And it
Yeah, what do you
sounds
think
perfect too. Oh, we're just
Yeah.
not there yet, and he looks right and it's different. Come on, man. Everyone's bored. We're not doing nothing. That's why.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit it's a little bit sort of outdated, in it. We kind of know where we are with things, and when people come out with these comments, it's very just like, it's just like we're waiting, There's not much more to happen. But with this Lukaku thing, what's your thoughts on the Lukaku situation? Obviously, apparently Chelsea supposedly put an offer forward to him, and then obviously a couple of hours later it was announced that he was approached by Chelsea, but then he said he's not interested. What's your thoughts on that?
Bro, he's like a bitter ex-girlfriend, huh? Makes his own thing up.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
you
I
in
said.
for him. Well, I don't think we're ever in for him. He's like he wants to come, but he doesn't want to come. Hey, just to make himself look better. Hey, that's another one. Look, Lukaku for me, that news. He's also looking for a bumper up in his contract. So
Yeah.
that's why that news is coming out from Italy only. And that's what I think it is. It's mainly to get himself a better deal at Inter as well. So he's never going to come here.
Mhm.
Well, I don't think we're interested. It's a bad deal. Like, think about this, yeah.
Unless I was,
Inter bought
I was
him.
gonna. Oh,
I'll
sorry.
just finish this point. Sorry. Inter bought him for 80 mil, right? And he was overweight and he was out of form. Now he's looking like one of the best strikers. They're not going to settle for under 80. They're going to ask for 100. But he's what, 28 now, right? It's a bad deal for anyone to spend 100 plus on a player like
Yeah.
that. So I don't think anyone was ever in for him. He's just looking for. He's not on a big wage. He should be on a higher wage for how he's performing compared to other strikers. So all this news is for a bumper deal for me. He's only got 2 years left, and that's how I've seen it. So you can go on there.
I was gonna
Whoever was
say
going to
right. I was gonna say that. How long has Lukaku been there for? 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, so most likely he must have some sort of loyalty bonus in his contract as well, which
Yeah.
may tempt him to stay as well. And don't forget, like what I said before, he's the
Yeah.
only player to becoming Inter Milan's or one of Inter Milan's top 10 all-time goal scorers. So he's probably going to stay there, maybe
So, yeah,
retire
we're
there.
streaming on text.
Well,
Yeah.
he's
We're
got
streaming
one last
tomorrow,
chance
mate.
to make money. That's it.
Exactly.
This
Yeah,
Yeah,
time
make sure you
tomorrow.
make sure you follow ZVO on his YouTube as well. CFC
Streaming
chats
tomorrow
as well.
this time,
So, yeah,
boys.
make sure you
That
tune in on
question.
that. I'm actually going to be. The reason I've been doing so many streams and getting them in is on the weekend. I'm not going to be about for 2 days, so you might see me on Sunday with a stream. But after tomorrow, we might have a stream coming on. If Lambs can sort out a ladies show, you might see the Chelsea ladies back talking about some things as well. So bear with that. But if not, you'll see me Sunday most probably. Got a lot going on out of this, if that makes sense, over the weekend. So yeah, it might be a little bit quiet, but this is why I've been trying to be committed every
That's
day,
good, yeah.
give you guys some
Being
updates
consistent.
and continue with that. But I want to touch on Chelsea this season. Obviously, we signed Havertz, Werner, we signed Mendy, Silva, Ziyech. How important is it, ZVO, for Werner, Havertz, and Ziyech to have a good season, for Chelsea to have a good season?
I mean, they definitely got to perform like everyone else, and I think this competition of better players coming in can make them increase, because they obviously want to fight for their game time. So hopefully they can play a big role, because Ziyech, didn't have the best season, so I would love to see Ziyech perform, but every player needs to play their role in injury as well.
Yeah.
But every player needs to play their role to make Chelsea a good team, and then those players are very, very important to our team.
Yeah. I hear you. I do hear you. CFC's Time's got a question for me, and then maybe you can all answer as well. He said to me, which two players do I think Chelsea will sign in addition to Bettinelli and Kounde? Tchouameni, and I'm going with. I'm kind of up, sort of up. I don't know with Haaland. I've got this weird feeling now. I want to say, my heart's saying just say Haaland. So I'm going to say Haaland, but I just don't know. Haaland, yeah, fuck it, let's go for it. Haaland and
Hey,
Tchouameni
Jim,
is the ideal too.
my heart's saying Rice and Ings.
There you go. Right.
No, it's not. It's if you had like a yin and yang on it, and I think we're expecting Haaland and whatever Tchouameni, let's say, and then it ends up to be Rice and Ings at the end. but it's still good. Yeah, I think that's
one of
what.
those Johnny Minerals, Harlem Minerals.
What about you, Fatah? Who are the two you think Chelsea will bring in?
I'll go. Probably Tchouameni and Haaland.
Tchouameni, Haaland. Yeah, Zedvio?
Exact same. Tchouameni, Haaland.
Football style?
Kounde and Tchouameni. Oh no, Kounde and Haaland. Kounde and Haaland.
No, after Kounde. Two. He's asked for two after Kounde.
After Kounde,
Yeah.
Tchouameni and Haaland. I don't think others will get
Okay, there you go. There you go. Big up to Ilyas, who's in the chat as well. Nice to see him around. The Dortmund manager plays a two-striker system. Haaland staying. Fiorentina having too many strikers. That's why I think. Tommy, you love Vlahovic, didn't you? The whole stream you've been talking about this Vlahovic the whole way through, mate. He must. Maybe he sees something. I don't know. Maybe he's seeing something that we ain't seeing. CFC says Tchouameni and Danny Ings. Yeah, I mean it could be. You could be right. Maybe we do flop on the Haaland thing and it ends up being these two. You never know, you know.
I mean, Chelsea have gone full secret with the whole Haaland situation to a point where Jan even said, "I don't know what's happening." You know?
Hassan, who are your two then? Sorry, who's your two that after Kounde?
So, I was gonna say Sterling and the Haaland, but I don't know. With the whole Haaland situation, it's gone full dark. I'm just gonna have to say Ings instead of Haaland, because the Haaland situation has gone full dark. Like no one knows what's happening with him.
There you go. Tuchel needs to be looking for Koulibaly.
Oh no, he's dead weight now.
That's last year. That's dead wood now. Yeah.
Bro, that's like 2-3 years ago. Maybe then, but not now. He's dead now.
Wonder season, that guy.
It's just like Alexandro. You guys remember him when we were linked with him for like 2 years?
He's old now. That's why.
Dead wood now.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But you know, Jim, I was gonna add, right?
Yeah.
The thing with Ings, right? If that, like, because that's just a name that was thrown out there, and because of his situation. But if it does end up something like that, right? I do believe that Haaland could be a longer process. Like everyone's just like, no, if we don't get him, there's no chance. But I think there is, and someone like Ings is be a stopgap. Would just be like a temporary thing. And another player might be the same thing.
But how much will we spend on Ings? What is he?
Barely nothing.
30.
About
He'll be
20
good short term, but obviously long term.
Even if you go for Lewandowski, that is a very short term. Ings is short term. Even Lukaku, I thought was a bad deal because we're going to be in the same boat in a couple of years, you know.
Ings is a cheaper short term compared to Lewandowski.
Yeah. But there must be something behind it, is what I'm saying. Ambrosio, I think Ambrosia's going to be in the team as a third backup. Anyway.
Yeah, he's definitely be a good third.
Artem's in the house. Big up to Artem. He says Ings just can't stay healthy, but healthy Ings can bang in 20 goals. He scored 22 with Southampton 2 seasons ago. Yeah, he's a goal scorer, and he's proven. You know, he will give you goals if you give him the chance. He will bury him, and that's why he wouldn't be a bad shout. I just wish he wasn't as injury prone. You know, if he wasn't as injury prone, he'd be a top player, and Chelsea could potentially look at him. You know, I think, but I don't know. I just think we just need a goal scorer. Yeah? Well, I just think we need a goal scorer, someone that can just put the ball in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That is literally it. Like, you know, the games that we suffered from last year was because we were creating chances left, right, and centre, but no one that could clinically pull it, consistently pull it in the back of the net. So you need that. And if it ain't a Haaland or a Lukaku who are at top level, then you look at the Danny Ingses and people that are doing well at the likes of people like Southampton and still. All I
was gonna say, right. I don't care. I'm not really too fussed about the reputation of the striker as long as he could do the job and put it in the net. Like he could be a Haaland or a Danny Ings as long as he's scoring 18 to 20 goals a season in the Premier League.
Hey, but there's something that we only got a small glimpse of, and maybe the club might feel, or Tuchel might feel a bit more confident because Havertz only started hitting forms towards the end. You know, because he had COVID, bad injuries, and maybe that glimpse of form is probably giving him enough confidence. Even Werner's got to step it up. I mean, statistically, a lot of players have a really bad first season, right? And there's got to be some improvement somewhere. If he's flopped it, he's flopped it. But maybe if Tuchel actually feels confident, they might stick by it.
Yeah. Ings as backup, not bad at all, but with these injury issues, don't want to be reliant on him. I get that, and we're gonna need someone other than Ings, even if we do get him anyway, which kind of puts us in a bit of a square one position, because ideally it would be good to sign a tier 1 striker and then maybe actually just get Danny Ings as backup, let Tammy Abraham go, and then just have Brozier as backup as the third option. That's what I would do, but
yeah.
It's just whether we're going to get
a fantastic third option. Yeah.
We're going to be able to get the world-class clinical striker. And I keep saying this thing about Haaland, and we'll finish it on Haaland now as well, is he's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When you look at the Ronaldos and Messis, and they're slowly going to be moving on now, the next ones are Mbappe and Haaland. Now, if you've got the opportunity to get a player of his caliber to your football club, a player that in many ways is going, for me, he's going to break records wherever he goes. He's going to break records. He's going to be, he's going to be top goal scorers wherever he goes. He's going to be, and you can have him at your football club, winning trophies, being the main guy for not only for Chelsea but the marketing aspect of it as well. It's going to be huge. And if Chelsea, this is the only chance I think Chelsea have this year of getting him. I know people say, yeah, but we could do it next year, but I just feel like it's going to be a lot harder, especially when other clubs sort themselves out.
The funny thing was, right, the last time we were in for a player that was meant to be like the player of the decade was a Ronaldinho. And the funny thing is, I could see us go for a complete different striker or a complete different player, and he'll do the job for us.
Well, we nearly got a Neymar, didn't we? When he was in Brazil, there was that talk as well, and we've always been linked with these big names, but we've never really managed.
We were in advanced stages with all of them.
I know, but we've never really been able to cement it. Have we? That's what I'm trying to say. We've never managed to, and this is why
the Ronaldinho one was stopped because of Drogba. Neymar was stopped because of Pele, and I don't know what's happening with Haaland.
I was going to say, now we won the Champions League, so it's probably better time than ever. And plus, with all the nice young players we have, we look like a good project. But Jim, like what you just said, that's why I was big on no Lukaku.
Yeah.
Because yes, now's our best chance, but because he's such a talent, I said if the deal doesn't go through, I want to try back. I want Chelsea to try January. I want Chelsea to try next season. Until he goes, make a proper decision on a different striker next season after we exhausted all our chances of trying to sign him, and we know for sure it's not going to happen. If we get that now, let's go for another striker. If we know it's impossible now and he's got his sights set on something else, go for another one. But until then, I want Chelsea to try all they can, because they must got a sniff of something. Do you know what I mean? Like he's slightly interested.
Yeah, and I don't know. We need to see action with Haaland by the end of this week or beginning of next for me. I really do, and I just don't see us getting this deal done for a week before the pre-season, before the season starts or anything. And it's going to be interesting.
Honestly, I think it's done, Jim. I think it's done. They're waiting for Dortmund to get another strike, second player, the big player.
I agree, yeah.
And I think Tammy deal's done, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a domino effect when it all happens, right?
Yeah.
And I think that honestly, that's what I believe, because it's gone on too long.
The same happened with United as well, though.
If we get this done, it will be the biggest buzz in our fan base that I've seen in a really long time, to be able to get this player, this caliber of player to our football club. I mean, it's going to be mad on here. Wait till we could get on YouTube and start talking about the potentials of Haaland signing to Chelsea. It's going to be a buzz, and then we can start talking about where he's, how he's going to play for us, who can play behind him. And I really hope we get it done. I really do. I really want it. I so badly want it, but at the same time, it's like one of them things where when you really want something, but at the same time, there's that little bit in the back of your head that's like, but this could happen. So just don't be too, because I see a lot of Chelsea fans very like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We got it. Don't worry. And I just can't feel like that until I see him hold the Chelsea shirt like that. That's you know what I mean?
That's why there's
I
this
don't know.
like a nervousness and anxiety around the fan base. You know what's happening now, and the fact that it hasn't happened, and it's been going on for 2 months. Everyone wants him. We just
It's
want
not
to
just
sing the
that. I've had a
song.
lot of rivals come to me as well, saying you're not going to get him. You're not going to get him. You ain't. I don't know why you're
Yeah, that
bothering.
too.
Like, why would he go to
They're
you?
just
That-
jealous. They're just
And it's
jealous.
just, and it's like Man United are getting him. Why would if you don't get him now, Man United are getting him. Mate, he'll go Man United over Chelsea. Man United haven't won a major trophy for the last 9 to 10 years. Why is he going to go to somewhere where he's completely said that he wants to win trophies and go to you, man? You know what I mean? So
What,
listen,
Jim? Why isn't
he
there
doesn't want-
reports? The best thing,
Yeah.
right, that you hear now, right, is because even when we've been linked to other generational players, right, there was other teams always linked to him, right, but now it's just us. There's no one else. There's no one's name with Haaland. So
yeah, it's true. It's true.
yeah.
And it reminds me of the Havertz deal as well, declared. When you think about it, no one went for him. It was like this the whole time. We never really blew away from the news. It was always Chelsea, 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 and we were sitting there like, it's getting bored now. When are they going to just announce it? And then bang, like a bit like the Kounde thing, So we're just
Exactly. We don't know what to expect.
You don't know, and I hope that's the case. Big up to DJ Sabjay in the house as well. Go on.
Abdi Jara just said, not Abdi, Dennis Mawadi said, we won the CL without Haaland. I think that's a lot of the mindset a lot of Chelsea fans have, and I think we got to realize that we can't do it again. We can't do it again. Teams are going to adapt to our style of play. Like I'm gonna be honest, we got really lucky. We had Tuchel and he adapted to it, but we need a striker if we want to win this Champions League again.
Yeah, don't listen to this Cavish guy, mate. Even though he works for Sky, mate, I swear he's honestly. Honestly, he's got so many things wrong in the past. You think being at Sky, you'd think he'd be they'd be at the top, wouldn't they? Like be talking to clubs constantly and whatever. Honestly, I don't believe that. It might be right, but then it just doesn't make sense on the Kounde deal. So unless they've picked another player and it isn't Zuma with the money, I don't know. We'll have to.
Sky's
see,
reputation has dropped, man. They used to be on, the fab level that we treat. That if Sky said it, we used to believe it. But now they've joined the rumor mill, and they make more money off it. It's sad to see, I guess.
Jim.
Yes, mate.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. Yeah, go on.
I have an idea. If we do a fan base of Chelsea getting outside in the street on the Stamford Bridge, and say we want Haaland, and when the news coming up, and the things that happened before, and it happened. It will happen if they did the fan. Everybody get out, It will be happening if it happens. But I don't think so because, if they desperate, people coming out. I don't know. It works, but I don't know if they're doing it. If they want to do it as a fan of Chelsea, on the club, it will work if it happens.
Yeah, no, I do hear you, my man. I do hear you, but to be honest, I don't know, man. With this Haaland thing, like I said, I think the fact that we're still sitting waiting supposedly for a bid, you do know that was well done. It was done ages ago. This bid for him would have been put forward ages ago. They wouldn't have left it this late. And the fact that it's still quiet is maybe a good thing to a degree, hopefully. But
Jem, you could also look at it this way. They could probably keeping it quiet until Dortmund find a replacement. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Because if anyone like the Neymar situation, that was public because there was a release clause. And if anyone knows that Dortmund's got the Haaland money, prices of the targets go skyrocket.
Yeah,
so
it's true. Jem, what's the news about 10 million offered for Kepa? Just saw it in the comment section. Does anyone know of this?
No, it's a troll. It's probably a troll.
Not seen that anywhere on Twitter.
There is news.
He's staying. He's confirmed that he's staying. He's not leaving. Yeah. He's confirmed that article.
There is news of West Ham wanting Kurt Zuma.
That's rubbish.
Yeah, I saw that as well. But
that's the
again,
biggest rubbish. Why would he go for 20 mil when?
Listen, Fabrizio Romano, 5 o'clock. Yeah, he's going to bring an update on Kounde. So it might be right. It might be right. Who knows? Maybe they might have been speaking about it. It might be the case. But we'll hear from Fabrizio Romano at 5 o'clock. So make sure you tune in on his Twitter to watch that.
I'm going to be there.
I hope it's good.
So I can hear the same. So I can hear the same thing again.
Some people think that we've done this away kit for Haaland. already. Like it's
Nah,
like
the way it's been in the news for
literally,
months.
Jan even admitted he doesn't know what's going on anymore. Chelsea have
Hey,
got full dark mode.
look,
no,
Jan's,
he said
he's
a number
team
of times
Haaland,
Chelsea
man.
just need to pay the money. That's all he said. If Chelsea put a crazy bid in, that Dortmund will accept it. That's the only thing he keeps saying.
That Jim, that's what made me. That's how you know he's team Haaland, because Chelsea don't have to pay overs. You know what I mean? Dortmund have something to lose. I know us personally, we just want it done. So we want them to pay the money, right? But in Chelsea's eyes, for a business sense, they don't have to pay what they want, because they're also desperate not to lose money, because that's what the situation is. So he's propping it up to say Chelsea's got to pay big, right? And that's how, and he's going to get the team first, and that's why he's in with the family. So he's not going to do anything to compromise the deal, right? I'm not saying anything, and but he's going to be the first one to know. So I think that's the deal with him.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. It's all to be told. Like I said, we're getting to the end of this week. Tomorrow, potentially something could happen. If it's not, I don't see anything happening over the weekends. I'd be surprised if it was a Saturday or a Sunday. But then Monday's always a big day for transfers usually. So it could be, for me, it's either got to be a Friday, Monday, all the way up to the Tottenham game. If we don't hear anything after the Tottenham game and we're still sitting here, I think it's done. I don't think there's nothing going on. Like, honestly, that's how I feel about it.
Is the Arsenal game is the live stream free, or is it like money?
We'll find out later on.
It's money.
It should be on the fifth stand, isn't it? Or
I heard it's for money for charity. The money's going to go to charity.
Yeah, it's charity.
Oh yeah,
money.
dodgy stream time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But but it's not much. I heard it was like what, £7 or something, $6.99. And you get free games.
They're charging people to watch it.
Yeah, they said it was going to go to charity.
Some charity.
Mental health charity.
I think we need to sell Werner and Tammy and get 2 world-class strikers.
Oh,
just concentrate on one for now, man. Why is Werner's going to get one more year, guys? Trust me, he's good. And look, Werner wasn't that bad last year. This will be serious. People keep going on about it, but
people who say that haven't watched him play.
Yeah, but every player that comes should deserve a second season, because
100%.
You just know statistically. Yeah, you statistically know that people can have a bad first season, and they improve. So, and it was very unlike him to go from scoring so many goals to missing so many. So there had to be something a bit more, maybe psychological or a bit more unsettled, and that 1 year is going to help him heaps, because he was, outside the 18 box, I rated him as probably one of the best strikers outside the 18 box, without scoring. Yeah. So what he did.
Listen, guys. Goals. Yeah, there's 162 of you here. We're not near 150 likes yet, but please smash the like button. Also subscribe to GNA TV. We are literally, I think, 30 odd away still. We've got another 10 or 15 today on the show, but we're about 30 away from 1.7k. So if everyone that's tuned in right now subscribes to this channel, that would be hugely appreciated, as we are on the road to 1k to 2k. Which again, like I said, we'll be doing a competition at that time as well. There might be a potential stream tomorrow. If not, it will be Sunday. I have got a lot going on over the weekend, so hopefully no breaking news happens for me whilst I'm not around. But if it does, I will try and find a way of trying to maybe get in, even if it's for not as long, either an hour or so, just to try and have a chat about it and stuff with you guys as well. But listen, subscribe, smash the likes. Go and follow CFC Chats, ZVO Genius, his channel as well.
If I could say something, just sorry.
Go on, man.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join as a guest, guys, just send me a DM. Guys, we're looking for guests to join, so if you want to join, just send me a DM.
Yeah, make sure you DM him on... What's your Twitter, mate? Is it ZVO
it's
Genius?
On the screen, yeah.
Yeah, ZVO Genius. There's 160 of you here, so yeah, if anyone wants to join him, that's what you can do. Fata, thank you, bro. Football Style, thank you. Declared, thank you. Hassan, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Yeah, and this just all together. Let's just all together hope and pray that this Haaland deal actually happens. Actually happens, man. Amen. Haaland will be announced on the day of my birthday, the 3rd of August. I hope so, bro. Alfred, I hope it happens, my man. I hope your birthday day brings Chelsea the best of lucks, mate. So we'll see what happens in there. But it's been an hour and 45 minutes. Great stream again, as always. And we'll see you again all very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe your weekend if you don't see or hear from us, but we will be back very, very soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you in a bit, people.
Take care.
VIP, stay low key, like bando, bitch, oh please, yeah. Brand new whip, no keys, yeah. Get down on knees, yeah, yeah.